Because when we finished the stream last night, we'd just conquered China. Look at that. Japan is now pretty big. Which there's lots of strategic considerations for this. One is that it now gives us a huge border to go to war with the Soviet Union with. We've got most of this. We've got to bear in mind that some of this is impassable terrain. It's actually quite good. It makes holding onto it quite easy. But we've got a huge border there. We've got a massive border with Mongolia. And all this as well. I mean, this is immense. At the moment, there's not much there. So we're going to redeploy our armies to try and sort that out. We're also going to have to build a little bit of infrastructure, I suspect, to supply those armies. Why is that? Is Afghanistan always had that? Must have done. So there's an option there which we're not necessarily going to take. We've decided we're going to keep the United States out of the war for as long as possible. So I'm not going to strike through the Philippines. If I go to war with Russia, it might drag me into war with the rest of the Allies. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Well, we'll see. We'll figure this out. And so that's the plan. We're going to try and keep this quiet. We're going to try and knock the Soviet Union out of the war. Germany, you see, is having a good go, and we can't quite tell how that's going. We can't send an attaché. No, we can't. So there's an opportunity for that, but we're going to spend a bit of time housekeeping first. We've got to get our economy in order. We've got to get our trade in order. We've got to get our military in order. We've got to get our factories and industry in order and have a quick sort out. There's a lot to do now that we've conquered China, so we need to go and settle that. Voice of Todd, welcome back. How's it going? And Season, nice to see you. A wild mark appeared. I would quite like to be wild and feral, I think, and escape the trappings of civilization. I think there's definitely some appealing side to that. Right, okay, so we've got to get this. We've got to get these armies and our air force and our navy. So let's get started with this now. This is going to take a bit of time, folks. Let's not lie. So the first thing we're going to do is reassess the trade situation, because in conquering this, I also got a stack of resources. I think I did anyway. So we're probably now producing more than we need, and we can get some civilian factories back. So we're importing 32 lots of oil, which is more than we need at the moment, but I'm going to keep that up because fuel usage is going to go up. Aluminium, there's some options to improve aluminium production. Let's look at that straight away, in fact. We're going to need that. This is something... Look, here we go. So there's loads of iron ore options. I need to get excavation. I need to research more excavation. This is what I need to do. But aluminium and oil fields. That's full control of South Sakhalin. Is there any way of... Is this South? This is South Sakhalin. Okay. So I have control of it. Excavation 3. So we can see what we need to excavate. But we are short on aluminium, so we can instantly do that. 2 civilian factories will be used for this. Where's it? Oh, it's there. Oh, no, that's interesting, because this is a chain of islands, which I considered quite unnecessary to the cause. But for 25 political points, I think that's a fair spend. I was born to be wild, so the great Steppenwolf said. Conquer China. Oh, we've done that, so that's okay. So we're going to ignore all that for the moment. Factory output goes up. Dockyard output goes down. Raiding regiments. I'm going to leave all that alone. Draft exemptions. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. So there's also test the Soviets. When we're in position... Let's see. Well, we'll see what that does if we want to go to war with the Soviets. One thing we should probably check is just to make sure that the United States is not currently involved in anything. It's got military access to Great Britain. Now, that's curious. Why would they... That could have been some political arrangement. Like one of the focuses. There's one that gives them naval bases, I know. They're probably leaning that way. They're not best pleased with Japan, I can see. Hey, Hazza, how's it going? So, okay. Well, I was looking at trade, wasn't I? So we're going to try and improve the aluminium status. Now, rubber, we're producing, we're extracting. Yes, this is more than we need. So, great. We can go to rubber. We can cancel all our trades with Siam. So So we get a factory back there. It's not the best. It's not the biggest windfall of factories ever, but it's all right. We shouldn't be importing any of this. So you can see oil is still a problem. We're now extracting 191 steel. So we don't need to import steel anymore. This is good. Oh, yeah, United States, you don't need our factories anymore. Send. We might need some more soon, because we're going to up the shipbuilding. We're not importing any of that, so that's great. We've got some factories back. So that was the first thing I wanted to make sure I did not forget. Right, now we need to have a look at our armies. Naturally, we've got our two, what I consider our elite forces here. This is my, no, the Japanese motorized, as much as it is motorized. Let's bring, I don't know what I'm even going to do with them. I just have no idea. But let's bring them somewhere where we can either use them or ship them out. Any big cities anywhere? Chongqing, that'll do. Let's rail them to there. Because it's fairly central, so we get the whole lot. And the Marines, which are also kind of key to a lot of my plans. But probably not in the invasion of the Soviet Union. So let's make sure they're in a place where I can find them easily. Hey, Forceful Hemorrhoid. Are you in Australia? Oh, cool. It's, what is it? Is it morning? Can't be morning there with you, is it? Oh yeah, you're ahead of us, so it must be fairly early morning. Wow, early riser. I'm not a morning person at all. Doesn't mean to say I'm not up early. I just don't like being up early. And we've also, I just noticed as well, 8 new cavalry, which needs to be in there. And then we've got the cavalry army finished. And these guys are quite well trained up now, which is good to see. We have... Oh, nice. We've got an infantry leader here with some fairly veteran troops. We've got a mix of funny stuff in. Don't know where they've come from, but it's cool. We can make use of that. It's not quite full strength. 2:32 a.m. Okay, not quite as early as I thought, but early enough. 9.5 weeks off. Oh, have you been off for lockdown, or was that just something else? We need to get the army sorted out. So we're going to form... We're going to have something... Tibet's nothing to do with me. But we are going to need to have an army on... We need a smaller army down here. Because we do need something facing the British. So let's take something... What have we got? This is... I think this is a mix of fairly decent stuff, is it? Hang on. Can we not see? Can we not see what template it is? It looks like my basic infantry template, so that's good. Well, we need more of those. I don't really need a 24-strong army to deal with this. Although, having said that, they've got fortresses on the border. That would be a place for the Marines to go in. Having said that, if there's nothing there against me, an 18-strong one would be fine, wouldn't it? Okay, so new theatre. We're just going to call this... What should we call this? We'll call this British Asia, because that's what we're going to be facing. The Indians and this lot. Yep. Oh, we're also going to need a new field marshal. This guy's got pretty nice stats. Okay. Let's make him... Let's put a new guy in charge of this for a minute. We're going to make a brand new field marshal out of him. That's the guy. Okay, let's promote him. Yep. Promote him. That's good. I mean, that is really good. You chopped a 50-kilo steel plate in your foot at work and broke 2 bones. Ouch! Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Obvious statement of the day. Clearly, yeah, that must have been really nasty. Rather you than me in that one. Blew up like a balloon. I've never broken my foot, thankfully. I've broken a rib. That was horrible. Because every time you coughed or sneezed or laughed or farted or got up of a chair, anything, it was in agony for about 8 weeks. It was terrible. And like you'd be watching something on telly and you knew there was a funny scene coming up and you're like, no. Ah! It was really bad. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy my foot being broken. They're horrible things to fix. Improvisation expert. Movement bonus on land. Actually, that's good for a field marshal, but these are all good as well. I think I might take that. It does apply to everything, doesn't it? 10% movement bonus. That means you can catch people. I'm going to take that. Oh, look at all this, though. Supply consumption. For infantry, I think we could probably do without that. Offensive doctrine would be nice. Organization. These are all good things. I'm going to go with that. Okay, we might get some more later. So this guy is going to be in charge of my British Asian effort. We're going to change him over, by the way. That was just a placeholder general. Who's my best? He's a good defensive one. He's not good on the attack. You'll do. Let's just assign him to that border there. 18 divisions there is fine. Not that I'm planning to go in against Britain just yet, but we do need forces on that border. And there should be. I don't necessarily need my elite stuff for this. But one of these divisions should be absolutely perfect for the job. Division templates. What are they? They should all be the pure infantry, which I think... Let's edit this. Artillery and engineers. I could add some reconnaissance in just for helping with movement. But these guys are supposed to be more likely to be holding lines rather than attacking. That's my plan for them. Okay, so we're going to assign one of those into the British Asian theatre. We're going to have to change that colour. It's a bit too similar. That'll do. Nice sickly green colour. This is also going to be a very... Oh, we're probably going to need two. This is going to be a very long frontier if I do it with one army. I can't do that with one army, can I? No. So let's bring... These should be the same. Yeah, these are the same. Okay. Put them in there. Now, if I order them both... Or how about if I do that and then just have that and that? Can I do it this way? No, I'm trying to do it... Let's move him out of the army a second. And then we order a field marshal command. Because that's a big, long border. Onto that. And it should assign the two armies, two different spaces. That's good. That would also clean up quite nicely once we're in. Now we can put him back under the control. And he himself... can go all the way down here, just where we had him before. Oh, he's already there. That's fine. That's perfect. So that's going to be fine. We've got two borders sorted out. That border's safe. And now we need to start thinking about a big, long Soviet Union. We're going to need 5 armies in that. The Pacific garrisons. Now, this is a question. Look how well trained these guys are. I think I should change these. Does he need a promotion as well? Yep, we'll take improvisation. We'll take that as well. That's nice. And guerrilla fighter. Thank you very much. And I think we're going to... Who have we got? He's probably... What about the field marshal? Oh, he's got some. Field marshal's all right there. I was going to say, this guy's probably a better... would make a better field marshal. Almost certainly would. Worry about that some other time. I think what we're going to do is change that to full regular infantry. We've got the manpower. We just don't have the equipment, but that'll get fixed. Yeah, you had 1,000 pounds of potatoes on your foot once? It was on a pallet on a hand lift and came down slow so nothing broke. Yeah, stuck you in place and hurt a lot. Imagine you wouldn't be moving very far with all that on. 1,000 pounds of potatoes. Let's see. So, that's going to be upgraded. And we kind of need another 10 divisions into there. So, this is about upgrading the army. This is a right funny mix. This one really is. Let's get... How many actual Japanese units have we got here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is the perfect amount to actually transfer into that. So, this army is veteran infantry now. And good stuff. Brilliant. So let's call this, let's put him in a new theatre. I'm going to call this The Soviet theatre. There's a clue as to what we're going to do with those guys. We won't have enough points to upgrade him. But we are going to upgrade him. We're going to make a new field marshal there. Yeah, we will. We'll do it. The old one will be quite useful, and they will be Pacific garrisons, the stuff that's left behind. Let me see. Who can we put in here? We're kind of running out of decent soldiers. He'll do. He's still quite good. What's it cost to promote? Oh, 15? Alright, I didn't think I'd have enough. Great, so we'll do that. And we'll create a field marshal straight away. That's good. Look at all those beautiful traits. That is what we like to see. Yeah, stream's holding steady, so that's good. I don't think what my family are up to are affecting it. Oh, well, they'll be pleased to hear that. We can assign him some very nice stuff, which we'll work on in a bit when we get some command points back again. So we need in here... Let's move this up. We need some good quality divisions. Cavalry. Well, yeah, it's going to be in there. I don't want it actually... I need a... Who's good in the cavalry? Who have we got? What's their field marshal like? He's got good stats. So Japanese Theatre 1. This is going to be my attacking force. And then I want like a huge force of just infantry to move up behind it. So we do want the cavalry in there. We want this other stuff. This 21 does not need to be in here. We've got a mix of... Now that's something else. I don't quite know why I put those in there. But they can go over to the Pacific garrisons, which we're going to have to start sending out. I mean, Pacific garrisons, we can also call it Chinese garrisons. We should maybe call it Asian garrisons, because I'm going to use it to garrison these cities first, I think. And we'll create some new troops for the islands. Out of curiosity, have you ever gone back to World of Tanks, or Love completely left for it? I've gone back to have a look at it, and every time I've gone back, I've played it very briefly and thought, why am I back here? It's the same old stuff that I was still doing 4 years ago, and the same problems and the same issues. So no, I've had my original account erased because I want nothing more to do with it, and I don't even like talking about it anymore. I don't mind questions like yours just now, but so many times I get people just coming into the stream chat and ranting and raving about what a bad day they've had in the game, and I'm thinking, don't play it. If a game really upsets you, just don't play it. You know, it's and don't pay for the privileges of it either to be upset and angered. Just leave it alone. Have a happy life. Have a quiet life. Be like Bob. Bob doesn't play World of Tanks. Right. Okay. So where are we? So no, I'm well shot at that. Thanks. Let's have a look. So we are gonna need all these up here. That's quite good where they are. We're gonna have a little border up there. We are, but it's not that important. And this little hole here isn't that important. I could have maybe a North Indian army from a northern frontier. That'll do, and it would just stop those gaps up there. So that's fine. So my attacking army is good. These guys would go into the Soviet theatre. As you can see, we need 3 more armies just to form a front line across here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 5 armies in that to make sure the line's thick so we can advance through it fast. So we've got some production to do. Cavalry's good. We should maybe bring these back to somewhere where there's some... Yeah, let's get the train on. Put them in Beijing so I can find them nice and easily. These fellows... I mean, this is a right old mix. So let's just rename that Asia Garrisons. I wonder if I should actually make those smaller divisions or something. Nah, we'll not worry too much about it. So, where should we start with them? We'll start. Let's rail. They're not far off actually, so let's railroad them to here, and then we're just going to parcel them out in places, ports that I need to defend. We're also going to have to get some troops on here. So, with all that said and done, construction, we're just repairing stuff at the moment, which is fine. We should have a nice amount of civilian factories. We need military factories. So let's get a chunk of 6. We still have spare civilians on top of that, which is great. How far am I into Divinity 2? I haven't started playing Divinity 2 yet. Just finished Divinity Original Sin. And the plan at some point is to play Divinity Original Sin 2. I don't know when exactly. I've suddenly got a list of games to play coming up. It'd be nice to get through it before I play Baldur's Gate 3. But it doesn't matter, because for all it's by the same studio, it's that they are completely different franchises. But that's why I started playing Divinity Sin, because I wanted to see what Larian Studios were like. And I was well impressed, so I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3, especially having seen a little bit of the gameplay now, because I can see the Divinity influence on there, which is going to be good. So 6 military factories to start with. Oh, there's so much stuff. Can we actually build radar now? We can. Okay. I do predict trouble and fighting in the Pacific, so I'm not too worried about it on borders, but we definitely want it. I mean, we're going to want it to try and find ships and stuff, aren't we? Can I do without radar? I can probably do without radar for a little while longer. Infrastructure might be something. I mean, you can see the infrastructure. Have I got the right thing selected? Yeah, it's not great. Especially leading up to the borders with Mongolia and stuff. It'd be nice to have, like, somewhere where we could... Oh, that would be worth doing for extra oil. Oil is always an issue. But we could bring supplies through this place here. Well, you know, that's... What do we get out of there? Does the oil increase? We can get an extra 2 oil. I don't think that's probably worth... That's probably not worth it for the effort. That's something to do later. It's more about getting supplies to the front line, especially if I'm putting tanks and stuff on. Going through Mongolia is not going to be that clever. At the same time, it's not going to take a lot of... Look at that, a 1 out of 10. That's really bad. Okay, I feel like we need to get a supply line. Maybe from... What's this region here? If we can get to 7s, that's not too bad. 3, 1, there you go, that's not bad. Does that lead on to there? Let's see. Is that... Yes, that would go. Okay, that needs some effort in there. And then... We've got to try and get supplies through. Otherwise, this is going to be really bad when we do come to fight. I hope that's how it's going to work anyway. We'll maybe do that. That's maybe going to be enough. Okay, that's a lot of infrastructure to build, but we've got the factories. I think it'll be fairly quick to do that. We'll see what it does. Let's hope it works like that anyway. Hey, Thunderhawk. Would I rather be attacked by a 1 horse-sized duck or 10 duck-sized horses? A horse-sized duck? Ducks can be... Well, geese can be pretty damn scary, and that's like a dog-sized duck. So I think a horse-sized duck could be absolutely terrifying. I would take the 10 duck-sized horses, I think. Although they would be able to give some very nasty kicks in the shins. I have been kicked by a horse before. It's not nice. So that'll do on the infrastructure. Refineries. I do feel like we could probably do with a couple more of those as well. On the homelands for now. And dockyards. Let's boost these up to... Maybe not... No, that's priority. That's priority. Let's get some of that built first, then we'll look at the dockyard. So that's construction underway. What else do we need to look at? We've looked at trade, which we're fine for. What we're short of? A little bit of aluminium. Okay, we can live with that for now. Recruit and deploy. We should have some more divisions coming up. Yeah, we've got these garrison divisions here, which we have... Well, I'll call them garrisons. They're not really garrisons. These are pure Oh, no, those are literally garrison divisions. All right, we don't build those. They're for looking after the land. Hey, Mitsubishi, how's it going? You stoked for Baldur's Gate 3? Should be awesome. I hope so. Yeah, it does look good. I have high hopes for that. So for garrisoning these islands, we are going... Well, we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's just have a look at production. We're going to have a lot of infantry equipment and support equipment needed. But we're going to have military factories coming online now. Why? Oh, have we lost some... We've lost some factories somewhere. We can't really afford not to have those going. So we're going to have to cut one of those out. As long as we have something in each one. Light tanks. I don't feel like we need too many light tanks. I'm going to start building mediums instead. That got my planes going again? It has. Fighters. We definitely need more fighters. So we'll go with this. More factories, please. All right, let's roll this on. Oh, nice timing. We got submarine hulls. 1940 subs should be quite good. I'm not setting any carriers off building. We've got the goodies there that we want to build. We're at some naval doctrine because this is going to help. Carrier primary. Submarine I like submarine operations. So we want both of these, of course, at some point. I need to try and free up manpower. I do need some garrison units, which will be all right for defending places, but not necessarily use loads of support equipment. So what we shall do... Let's just have a look at the manpower of both my subjects here. So who's this one? This is Manchukuo, down to 67,000. Is that the big one? Okay, so manpower. I could nick a bit of that, but I think I'm going to have to tap into the 6 million Japanese subjects that we've got now, I think. Let's take this off slowly, just so I can keep an eye on things. We'll see what fuel's like. We need to get the destroyer fleet in training. We need to design. Let's edit this, because what we're going to do, it's not going to be drastically different. Blimey, that came around fast. Got better medium tanks already. What are we in? We're in 41 still. I mean, we might as well get the better light tank. There's no point not having it. Unless there's any infantry equipment that we need. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll get. I'll get field hospitals. Quite like them. Well, what was I doing? Right, I was in the middle of... Let's tick that over. We're going to edit this. Yeah, duplicate that. We're going to call it... We're going to call this Pacific Garrisons. Because that's what they're going to do. They shouldn't get too much combat. They don't need that. So remove that. I don't... Can I get away? Can I get away with having them without... I think I can get away without any of the support equipment. They're going to be defending islands, which I'll probably put fortresses in. Yeah, I can afford the manpower, but not so much this at the moment. So let's remove all that. I know engineers are nice for the extra defences and stuff, but I don't think I'll need it. Okay, and we'll change this so that it is pure. What looks like an island fortress. I can make it a shark, actually. Krikovich, thank you very much for the follow. And Animan341 as well. Must have come in at the same time. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's a B-42 raid hype. Oh, welcome, B-42 raiders. Nice to see you. How's things going? Hope you're having a great afternoon. I like the emote spam. I highly approve. Where have you been and where are you going to next? I am curious to know. And say hello from me, wherever you're going. We're just playing some Hearts of Iron 4, which is my favourite strategy game. Probably of all time, actually. Certainly of current times, that's for sure. So we're looking for a suitable symbol. Oh, there we go. Look, Pacific Garrisons. We've got an island with some infantry symbol. That is perfect. Pacific Garrison. Save that. And we'll just instantly start training. Actually, I can edit them because these guys don't need the best stuff. So they can be on there, sort of in the reserves. And we'll get 24 going. I think. 1, 2, 3. Set this in... Where are we? Somewhere with a port. They'll do. Tokyo. Tokyo. And we're off. What aren't we making now? Oh yeah, these medium tanks. Let's spend a bit of this. Well, nice to see you anyway, Raiders, and I hope you have a good afternoon on your travels. Right, let's modify this. We're going to design a new Chinu. We've got loads of points. We're going to give it